Hey, what's up guys? Mr. Ipock here again for another follow-up video. Today we'll be discussing distributive property. So this is lesson 2-3, a follow-up to distributive property, your notes, as well as your homework. I'll be working some problems from your homework, so I appreciate you watching the video. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel and get those extra points that some of you may need, some of you may want. So let's go ahead and check out this first problem. We have negative 194 is equal to negative 2x plus 3, open parentheses, negative 5x minus 8. So we need to solve for x. We need to isolate the variable, okay? And we have a little parenthesis, something that we might not have seen before. And this is where we're going to use our distributive property. Okay, so starting out, my first line, I'm going to just bring this down. Negative 194 is equal to negative 2x. Now this is where distributive property comes into play. Anytime I have a number next to parentheses, it means multiplication. But I don't need to just multiply one thing. I need to distribute this 3 into everything within these parentheses. So we'll do that. We'll show how we're going to distribute by putting the 3 into negative 5x as well as the 3 into 8. And we're just going to simply multiply. Okay? So positive 3 times negative 5 is going to be negative 15x. So that takes care of that. Now I have the negative 8. So positive 3 times negative 8 is negative 24. Now I've completed the distributive property now. Now just complete the problem. Well, I have some like terms here with negative 2x and negative 15x. So anytime you have like terms on one side, combine those like terms. So we want to combine these. So my third line would read negative 194 is equal to negative 2x minus 15x. Now, if we know a little secret, when signs are alike, these signs here, and both negative, we add. Take the sign of the bigger number. So 2 plus 15 is 17. The bigger number is 15, and it's negative. So our answer there is negative 17x. Then we bring down the minus 24. Now what I want to do is I want to continue to try to isolate this variable. I'm getting closer and closer to isolating it. So now I want to get rid of this 24. I must do the inverse operation of subtraction, which is addition. I want to get this side to 0, and I want to add it to this side as well. So I'm going to add 24 to both sides, taking this to 0 or canceling it out. And what I do to one side, I must do to the other. Okay, so now we have negative 194 plus 24. Okay? Going back to our little trick with dealing with negative and positive numbers. You look at the signs. Are the signs alike or different? If they're alike, we add. If they're different, we find the difference. So these signs are different, so we're going to find the difference. So 4 minus 4 is 0. 9 minus 2 is 7. And 1 obviously is 1 7. So we found the difference. I know we added 24, but the little trick is if they're different, find the difference of these two numbers. So we found the difference. So 170 is what it would be, and we take the sign of the larger number, which is negative 194. So it's going to be a negative 170. And that is equal to negative 17x. So negative 17x, now I want to get this, I want to isolate my variable. I want to isolate this x right here. So I'm going to divide both sides. Right now it's being multiplied, so I got to do the inverse operation. So I must divide both sides by negative 17. What I do to one side, I must do to the other. I'm going to cancel here. I have x is equal to negative 170 divided by negative 17 is going to be a positive, and 170 divided by 17 is 10. We're going to circle our answer. Always circle your answer. So we have x is equal to 10. Now, there's a lot of math in this problem. We complete a lot of math throughout this problem, and we could very easily make mistakes. We're not all perfect, so I very easily could have made a mistake. So in order to see if I made a mistake, I want to check my work. Okay? So the first step in checking your work is to rewrite the original equation. And to save time on the video, I've already rewritten the original equation. So now I just want to plug in my value that I found for x back into the equation. So starting out, I have negative 194. I'm going to bring negative 194 down. I'm going to basically substitute or plug in x. So negative 2 times x, well I know that x now is 10, so we have 10. And then we're going to add 3, and then I have negative 5 times x, but I now know x is 10. So I'm going to say 10 right here, and then minus 8. You may look at that problem and say, wow, that's a lot of numbers, a lot of positives, a lot of negatives. But we can do this, okay? So the next step, I'm going to create my third line, which is 194 is equal to negative 2 times 10 is negative 20. So I can go ahead and do that. Now I'm going to keep this 3 on the outside because we're supposed to do parentheses first, the order of operations says. So let's complete this first. Negative 5 times 10 is negative 50, and then bring down the negative 8. I still have this in parentheses, so this is what I need to do next. Negative 194 is equal to negative 20 plus 3 times negative 50 minus 8. Well, negative 50 minus 8 is going to be negative 58. If signs are alike or different, if they're alike, we add. 50 plus 8 is 58. Take the sign of the bigger number, which is 50. So therefore, it's going to be negative 58. Now, I have negative 194 equals negative 20 plus 3 times negative 58. Use a calculator for this, that'd be fine. You're going to get negative 174. Negative 174. Now I want to complete this. Negative 20 plus negative 74. Anytime I have that plus and minus, I know that I can say 194 is equal to negative 20. Anytime I have plus a minus, I can automatically say, well, that's a minus 174. Now I have negative 20 minus 174. So negative 20 minus 174. When signs are alike, we add. These signs are alike, so we're going to add. 20 plus 174 is 194. We're going to take the sign of the bigger number, which is 174. So therefore, that is negative. So we have negative 194, and that is checked, therefore equal. If this is not equal, I made a mistake over here. But if this is equal to, then I have done this problem correctly. I have completed this problem correctly. And that'll be it for this lesson of distributive property. Thank you for watching. Today's 9/11, so we'll remember all those that's fallen. And I appreciate that, and I'm thankful to be an American. Have an awesome day.